Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, or neither, assuming you're non-binary, or just go, or if you identify as a gender that's not he or she. We are about to take a look at what might be the strangest officially licensed Godzilla figure I have ever reviewed on this channel. The Playmates Godzilla vs. Kong Battle Roar Godzilla. And there's a bunch of dust flies all over the place. Yeah, this is a dusty chest. Anywho, yeah, I'm reviewing this on a chest. What do you expect? I literally got this thing like a day ago. I went into Walmart, saw this, could not pass up on it because it looked goofy as all heck. And it's here. So let's get started with Sculpting Paint. If you own the Heatwave Godzilla of the original, you know what to expect. And oh boy, you know how on the original that, like mine had very sloppily applied teeth. The teeth on here are actually not bad. In fact, in terms of application, it's perfect. Even the tongue's well molded. It actually looks like he has a tongue, unlike the original. The eyes look decent. This one's a little bit too down. That one looks a little too down as well. But what sucks on this one is that the dry brushing here is just caked on. It doesn't even look like dry brushing. All that just looks like is extra paint. Almost like Godzilla is some sort of gecko. Well, to be fair, both geckos and Godzilla are lizards. Or at least so it'll be. The claw paint is okay. I mean, it's just slapped on. I mean, this thing was only like 10, 20 bucks, maybe. Yeah, how much this thing was. The claw paint here is pretty good. It actually looks, the claws look pretty fine too. And the spines here are made of rubber, by the way. It goes all the way up to here until it stops with the spray, and then pulls a Bandai and goes to black. And here's one of the most controversial things about this. The dorsal fins. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this, but the dorsal fins, the mold at least, suck. They suck. Why? Because, let me go get the original version. I'm doing all this in one cut, so I'm not editing this out. Look at the original version. At how well these things look. These look beautiful. You can see how movie accurate this is. Granted, they may be a bit on the smaller side, as they're a little bit bigger in the movie. But this actually looks fine. Here, they went ahead and dulled them down. For what reason? They just look so circular and weird without the extra points. Especially these ones. These look more like triangles. These ones look more like an abomination of circles. I mean, the translucent plastic's still okay. They look about the same. But why did they do this? It's not that this figure's any bigger. In fact, sure, this one's looking straight up while that one's looking straight forward. They're the exact same portion-wise, which is weird because the Kongs are bigger. The Kong is bigger, but the Godzilla is still the same. It's like they spent so much time on the Kong, yet they forgot Godzilla, so they decided to make him last minute. This thing is weird. Also, the stance, it's also kind of similar, but it's not. The arms, this one's slightly longer than this one. Like, the arm position is the same on both arms. This one actually has a bent position to it, and this one's a bit more extended. Also, this one's pointing straight up. Also, one little note, the feet. This one's actually tiptoeing, similar to the Bandai Creations 2000 Godzilla, or I guess Playmates now. And this one still has the bent back foot, but it's not tiptoeing. Another difference is the tail. This one goes straight ahead and then goes kind of swoops up almost like in like a C. This one literally immediately jumps upward and goes like an S. Almost like some sort of rattlesnake trying to do an intimidation display. Making for what might be the weirdest Godzilla pose I've ever seen on an action figure. Or at least some sort of Godzilla toy. So yeah, Sculpting Paint, the dry brushing sucks, the dorsal fin mold sucks, but everything else is fine. Articulation, there's no articulation in the head. The jaw does move, but it snaps back on a spring-loaded hinge. We'll get to that later. We have a rotation at the shoulder. Also, by the way, it just looks like he has 3D white strips for teeth. Or I guess just regular white strips. He has back and forth at the feet. Just like that. Foot swivels. Finally. Like, the original does not really have feet swivels. Even though it kind of, sort of does, if you know what I'm talking about. Because, like, they can move. But the thing is, they not plug. What am I even saying? They plug into the body on a big square peg like the head does. But here, they actually plug in on a circular peg, allowing them to move flawlessly. Beautiful movement. And we have a ball joint here at the tail. Do not be fooled by this seam line. That is not a rotation. You can actually see in the in this video right here. Yeah, if you rip, you can literally rip that off. So yeah, articulation is good. Accessories, no, this thing does not come with any accessories. The tail, I guess, would count since it is packaged separately. Why couldn't they just leave the peg in the box? There's enough room in there. Because this time around, I don't know. But here, we actually have this very, very weird button. Like, it's literally out of the body, if that makes any sense. It's like extending outside. Almost looks like some sort of big bump on Godzilla's right shoulder. And so, like, I know it's a button, but couldn't they have at least sunk into the body, and then whenever you press it, it sinks in, or like if it's level with the body and then you press it, it sinks in, and then you release it, it goes back flush with the body? Couldn't they have done that? But then you press it and then it goes level with the body, if that makes any sense. So then you give this thing a press, and guess what? It can roar. There's another roar. I've heard a lot of people saying that the second roar is never used in the movie, or that doesn't sound like Godzilla. Correction, it is used in the movie. During the scene where spoilers, during the scene where Kong gets thrown into the building and then his arm gets dislocated, Godzilla starts charging. He misses Kong, yanks his head out of the building, tail slaps him, and then starts crawling on all fours. Right as soon as he transitions from standing on all twos to crawling on all fours, he does that exact roar. So, at least a shortened version. It's that roar, though. We also hear in the trailer, by the way, when it's like the neon city and everything. When we see it for the first time, Godzilla's like out there and he's hurting people. We don't know why. Like before that line. So yeah, there's the gimmick. And I'm not even gonna bother doing a size comparison because this thing is like 7 inches tall, or 8 inches. But I am gonna actually say something. Once again, I'm doing this all in one take. This is eerily similar to the Trendmaster's Fang by Godzilla. No, hold on. Here, say what you will about either figure. Here's my point. Both of them are American-made toys that do similar things. There's a button on the side of both kaiju, like right here, and then you press it, and then that does the sound effect. But there's another way to do his. And when you do the sound effects or gimmicks, their mouths open up. You see? If you couldn't tell, I played both of them at once. So these things are awfully similar. Not to mention, they're both the same height, same length. I think Playmates probably got the idea from this old figure. I'm being fairly honest, because we never saw this in the toy leaks. So, yeah, that's kind of about it for now. Let's see. I guess, family shot. This isn't really a family, I guess, technically American Godzillas, but then we'd also have to include the 2014 and King of the Monsters Godzillas, just for safe measure. I just realized this figure is a lot more matte looking than this one. This actually has some gloss to it, huh? Well, anyways, that's gonna have to wrap it up for this video. If you guys liked it, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys the next time. Peace.